Hi, amazing humans. How are you going? I wanted to quickly go over how you can potentially use a Pinterest board, and they can be, as complex and as like built on as possible, or they can be really, really simple, and you just keep that really simple intention in mind. So it's like, well, what do you need? Um, to use this board for? Is it simply like, just to find a new haircut? Is it, to go, I really want to have an awesome dinner party? So you can be really concise with it. Of course, we're going to be talking about branding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen and just show you, and that, of course, there is no right or wrong way. Go with what is sparking your interest and just keep on digging into that. And then you'll find, what your core values are potentially, where your core interests are, in terms of like, oh, it's really interesting that I find that I'm really gravitating towards that, and that's really sparking my curiosity, or it helps fills in gaps and goes, oh, okay, cool, we haven't really done anything here, and then you can build and build and build on them. So they're really, really useful tool to, mind dump and actually get a visual, like a solid visual, something that you can put your eyeballs on. And often that's what, especially in my line of work as a personal stylist, that's what I'm talking about. What are you actually seeing? And I don't speak of seeing as in, oh yeah, I see that, intangible concept. It's I see that with my eyeballs, and therefore this is what it's triggering in my unconscious brain. So I'm going to share screen, and I'm just going to show you what I've done for a client. So, and then how that's changed and how that's evolved as well. So that, you can start with the simplest thing, you can start with the most complex thing. Just go for it. Okay, just going to share screen. Once I can get there. Okay. Okay, so Hayley is an amazing, amazing client. She helps authors publish their own work, and she's based in the US. And so what we wanted to do originally when she first came to me, it was developing this brand around the sparkling hippie. So who was the sparkling hippie, and how can she turn that into a coaching area? So we were actually looking at developing her personal brand. So who exactly was Hayley, and how is she going to appear under this, in the public eye to her clients and attract more of her clients. So we wanted to convey her creativity. So we looked at her core values, which determines, core values is so important. They help determine, what kind of, for example, key archetypes you're going to be. So she definitely had queen, she definitely had creator in there, and a bit of magician. And so it's just like, well, how can we blend those together under those core values that you have as well, which is, freedom, wealth, I believe it was creativity as well. So showing that and expressing that. So we brought different styles together to see, well, cool, we can, like, with that creator, we can have that burst of color. With that queen, we really want that strong neckline, that high neckline. We really want it to be kind of like a bit urban and sexy. She's like, I really want to get my shoes out again. I'm sick of, I've got these incredible shoes in my cupboard, but I don't feel like I can wear them at this stage. It's like, that's interesting. Cool. Well, you can wear them, absolutely. So how can we incorporate them into a way? And then this is really simple. This is based simply on logistics, going like, okay, what's the logistics of what you are actually appearing as? So clothing, style. You can also go back to these and look at it in forms of like photo shoot posing as well. And then we had a look at simply hair. So she's got this gorgeous long blonde hair. And we're like, well, obviously we got Blake Lively as a key influencer on her, of going, oh, yes, this, her type of hair brings in the essence, the wealth, the kind of ad hoc creativity that she has as well. It's wind blowing, but still looks really lush. So bringing in that and like all the different styles that you can have as well. And then looking, it's like, cool, how can I bring in other aspects of my wardrobe? So when I work with a client in particular, it's like, well, what do you have in your wardrobe and how can we build on that in curated style? So, she's got all these awesome grungy t-shirts. Cool. How can we bring that in as like whilst maintaining that like queen, that magician, that creativity, and really just heighten it. So we're looking at those kind of styles. So you got this beautiful blend of that kind of shriek, grunge chic, to more of that like heightened, more feminine flow, queen that's happening here. So it just brings it all together brilliantly. And then you can look at, for some, you go, oh, cool, I really love freaking wearing earrings. So I'm going to put in earrings in there. She has some beautiful scarves and shawls and stuff as well. So we're looking at how she could incorporate that as well, and whilst maintaining that luxe appearance. So this is all kind of, so it's very tangible results for these kind of Pinterest boards. You can build it out, further and go, oh, this is the feeling I want as well. That for me, like looking at the women in those images and what they're wearing, that's also conveys that feeling. So what we did then was we were planning a photo shoot, and these are the kind of Pinterest boards we build out photo shoots. So it's like, well, what does she want to convey? What's the intention? Again, queen, like bringing that entrepreneurial shoot where you can work from anywhere, you can accomplish anything, where you can lead something, where you can still have this, creative like persona around it. It doesn't take away from anything, it adds to it. So it's really, really cool. And then, you know what, you can totally change it up. So we work together again, it's always ongoing work with this kind of thing. And we had a look at like just amplifying the queen. So she'd gone to a new stage in her brand where she's like, everything's awesome. I feel like, the sparkling hippie aspect is becoming more separate. I want it to be really a passion project and really amp up that, that queen, that CEO aspect. So we simply shifted, and you can tell that, this definitely goes up. It's more that urban settings, like much more queenly, much more clean cut. Simple silhouettes, very heightened silhouettes as well, like that effortlessness about it. It just takes out some of that grunge. But you can still see that some of that grunge is still in there. So it's just an evolution of the style that we began creating together. And I can't wait to see the next evolution of where Hayley's going to go, because she's absolutely incredible. So you can see here, this is what you can do with Pinterest boards, and you can scroll down, you can see like the beginnings of a brand where you just do the brain dump, and then you start to see patterns about where you can go. With the hair, you can really clear on everything. You can put in your color palette, you can put in who your audience wants to be. So it'd be great, you can create different boards for that. You could be like audience, house, desires, or whatever. So go from there. I can't wait to see, what you guys are creating. And, this is like a space where you can put it in, like in this group, and we can share and all that kind of thing. And I can't wait. So I wanted to share that with you to show the visual possibilities of what you can do with a Pinterest board and where you can get that clarity from. And have an amazing day.